Hey Aries, and welcome to your weekly love tarot forecast. This is for the week of January 7th through January 13th, 2019. So I'm going to get right into your reading, Aries, and see what is going on in the love and romance department this week. So over here we have inner peace. And over here we have resolving conflict. So Aries, this is a week of healing, of understanding things from a much higher perspective than you have been. But also, there's this sense of reclaiming yourself, finding yourself, hearing your voice once again, asserting your boundaries, standing up for yourself, refusing to be used, walked on, all of those things. And over here with resolving conflict, if there's anybody that you are currently not speaking to, or you've had a falling out with, or you're just having a really rough time with right now in regards to romance, they really don't want to be in conflict with you, Aries. They want it resolved, even if they're being prideful, they're being hateful, they've put up a big thick wall. They don't like the distance. They don't like the separation. They don't like the fighting, regardless of your situation, whether we're still speaking or not. I don't feel that there's so much expressing that to you, though. And because of that, it's really made you question yourself and kind of feel bad about yourself, maybe lose some self-esteem. And those of you where we're in this committed relationship and we're together, and there's just this like distance between the two of you, okay? Now, for those of you who are single, I tend to look at these readings like this, where this is you and whoever your next person is that you're meant to align with romantically, this is what's going on in their world right now, what they're working on, what they're going through. So those of you who are single, no flirts, no person, no nothing, you are in a place where you're reestablishing yourself, you're finding yourself, you're regaining yourself. And your next person, they are working on healing a lot of emotional baggage and resolving many inner conflicts, working on some inner demons, okay? And this is what needs to happen before the two of you come together. So it's just like a little snapshot of what you both are working on right now. So let's pull some more cards. Alright, so over here on this side, we have regret. And that could speak to a lot of different things, right? I regret putting myself through that for so long. I regret what I said. I regret how I handled that. I regret what I did. Or if this is not you, Aries, feeling regretful, this could be the energy that's being projected towards you from the person, or they're actually going to articulate this week. Hey, I'm really sorry. So it says, there is nothing sadder than looking back on some part of your life with regret, wondering what you could have done but did not. Go for it. Sometimes it's better to try and fail than to not try at all. All is not lost. You still have time to turn the situation around. Let go of fear and apprehension and follow your heart. So, Aries, with this, those of you that are in some sort of, conflict with your mate, whether we're completely disconnected or there's just a lot of tension or disconnection in our current dealings with each other, I see for you, this is like Spirit saying, listen, don't lose heart right now. You just need to focus on healing yourself, because the relationship with yourself is truly how other people are naturally inclined to respond to you, all right? But also, I do feel this regret is being projected towards you for whatever was said or done, or, whatever happened to cause this disconnection. So we have sexuality. And it says an influx of sexual energy is coming your way. Embracing both masculine and feminine aspects of the self creates wholeness. It is safe for you to express your sexuality in whatever way you choose, provided you do it lovingly. All right, so this coming out is more than just the act of having sexual relations with somebody. To me, this is like the balance of the yin and yang within this particular person. And there's definitely some issues around their sexuality that needs to be healed and looked at. And this could even be, Aries, where there's some things in this person's past where they've never told you certain things happen. Like it could have been so traumatizing to them that they've never ever expressed to you different things that's happened to them, and that might be a big cause of the conflict that's going on between you guys right now. And look, this is purple, there's a lot of purple in this card, and of course this is purple because it's the same deck. So with purple being like the primary colors coming out to set the energy for your love reading for the week, I really feel as though there's a lot of divine healing, divine intervention, consciousness expansion taking place, because purple is the color of the 7th chakra, the crown chakra. That's your connection to the higher realms. That's where you receive your messages and information. And essentially, you know, where your consciousness expands far beyond the human understanding. So that's really taking place for you this week about this person, about this situation. Others of you, this could be where you have been dating somebody and you're kind of feeling like they only want booty, or they've been kind of feeling like you only want booty. It's like there's been some sort of misunderstanding here. I don't feel as though what happened, what was said was malicious or intentional. It was just in the heat of the moment, things were said that weren't meant, or, you know, we acted upon pride or ego, or if there was something, you know, more sinister that happened, it wasn't like a planned out thing. It's something that just happened, and there's a ton of regret around it. I feel like this has to do with like a lack of respect for some of you, where this person is just kind of like snap, 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 and you feel like an object, or, you know, vice versa. But again, there is a desire on this side for healing and, you know, restoration, and there's a desire on this side for healing and restoration. Also, those of you who are in like newer relationships, or you meet somebody new this week, there's going to be a very strong chemistry and connection and attraction towards the two of you. But with these two cards, I would say hold off before getting really intimate and personal with each other, because it like confuses the relationship or the situation. Like, don't jump the gun, don't do it too early. This would be a situation where it's really good for you to wait longer than you normally would for whatever reason. Okay, that's just what's coming out. Like, if you have recently met somebody and we haven't sealed the deal, or you meet somebody new this week, or I would even say throughout January, just hold off. Really get to know that person, because they might be going through a lot of things emotionally and have a codependent type of energy where they're trying to just be intimate to fulfill that codependent need. But by you, you know, standing your ground and being like, well, I don't really get down like that unless I'm serious with somebody, it can actually get them to open up to you, and you may be able to help them heal and work through whatever these issues are. But if it's, we just hop in the bed, it's like that door closes and that opportunity never presents itself again. And so holding back really makes you attractive, okay? So just keep that in mind. So let's pull some more cards. And again, those of you that's had any sort of fight or conflict in an existing relationship where there's distance and we're not talking, we may be completely 100% disconnected, not seeing each other, not talking to each other, they very much miss you. They do. And again, it might be pride and ego that gets in the way for them. Or if this is like where you guys have been separated, or you were just kind of dating and there was no commitment, and you were exploring other options because, say, they weren't like trying to be in it 100%, they found out that you were exploring other options, it's like they made you feel really bad about it and you kind of regret it. But Aries, here's the thing. If they weren't willing to commit and get in 100% with you, I don't care what their excuse is. You have every right in the world to do what you want to do. All right. Now this can go the other way, where maybe you weren't putting yourself in 100%. You weren't committing yourself. So the person that, you know, was your primary person started exploring their options. And, you know, now you got kind of bent out of shape about that. But, you know, if that's the case, it stirs up emotions, and it's just calling attention to behaviors. So if somebody wasn't willing to commit and you explored your options, Aries, that's on them. That's not on you, and you have nothing to feel sorry about. They need to apologize to you for making you feel bad, because had they, you know, been open and committed to you, you wouldn't have explored your options, right? Because everybody gets tired of waiting and feeling like a second option or just at somebody's disposal. Look, Dark Night of the Soul, Awakening. The answer is no. Communication, Tribe, and Divine Masculine. All right, Aries. This week, even though we don't want to be in this conflict, I feel like over here on this side, Aries, you're hurt. Like, this side really is like, hey, I'm sorry. I want to communicate. You're part of my tribe. I'm ready to do whatever it takes. I'm sorry. Forgive me. And over here, we're like, you know what? No, you really screwed up, and I'm totally wising up to who and what you are. And the answer is no, I'm not ready. I'm not healed. I can't look past this, okay? There's just a part of you that feels really held back, even if this is a long-term relationship. I don't know exactly what happened here, but some of you, it's really made you stop and think, because we don't have Dark Night of the Soul showing up for no reason with all these other cards, okay? So there's something that kind of jolted you and shocked you, or you're just tired of the same old, same old, same old. And if you have stood up for yourself, or you're asserting your boundaries, or exploring your options because somebody wouldn't commit, do not feel bad. I was going to say do not feel bad answer. Do not feel bad, Aries. The answer is no. You should not feel bad whatsoever. You have every right to assert yourself, to stand your ground, because at the end of the day, Aries, you're the only person that really has your back, and that's the truth for anybody. We've got to be our biggest hero, our own biggest cheerleader, our own biggest fan. And I see you coming into some I can't even talk, some realization of that this week about yourself, okay? Like, your true value as a human, as a partner, what you bring to the table. But also, I do see this element where somebody has really gone through like a lot of traumas, and I don't know that you're aware of them, but if this is causing disconnection, especially in an intimate capacity, they really are starting to want to communicate to you why things are the way they are, like what their past traumas are, what's put them in this place, okay? And there's a lot of divine intervention going on this side of the reading. So they're sorry, Aries. They want to heal, but I'm not sure that you do. And it's not to say you don't want to, but it's just you're just in this weird energy where you're like, I don't know. Like, I love you, I want to be with you, but I just don't know if I could get past this time. All right, so we have the Five of Cups. Look at that, right out the gate. Over here is some sadness, also some regret. The Two of Wands, over an action that was taken, words that were said. Two of Cups, with somebody very near and dear to your heart. And now we have the Nine of Cups. So here's awakening to what we really desire for ourselves. And we have the Princess of Staves. So this right here is, again, where there's communication. It's like very quick in coming, kind of unexpected, or this awakening or epiphany inside of you is very like quick coming in. And look at that. Now we have Fortune. So we like that a lot. Now we have Nine of Arrows. We have Seven of Cups. and we have the Six of Cups. So Aries, those of you in conflict, I'm not sure that the conflict is resolved entirely this week. I don't feel that. I feel like there is some headway, there is some communication. If you're not talking to this person, like they're completely out of your life, they're definitely thinking about you. You are definitely thinking about them with this Seven of Cups and Six of Cups following this Nine of Swords. But you're both kind of in this unsure place, especially over here on this side of the reading. Like, I don't know if I can trust you. I don't know if I can do this again. I don't know if you're truly the one I want to be with. And over here, they're like, no, you are part of my soul. You're part of my tribe. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm sorry for whatever has happened in the past. Please forgive me. So Aries, with Princess of Staves at the center of the reading, that could be a fellow Aries or a Leo or a Sag. I don't see any other court cards here yet. So fellow fire sign coming through very, very strongly. So let's pull some tarot dice to clarify. Whoa, I guess that's just 6. I'm like, man, I felt like a complete handful. So hopefully it won't screw the cards up, but let's get some clarification, Aries. Okay, and I go with what is on the top. So starting up here, we have the Ace of Swords on top of the Two of Cups. So Aries, this, and it's right next to communication. So this is where, you know, we could be talking and trying to discuss things, especially those of you that feel used, taken advantage of like an object, like you play on my emotions to get what you want. We're really expressing ourselves without holding back. There's no sugarcoating. But also with this, it's like the sword of power. I will cut you off. I will cut you out if I need to. So that's coming here with on top of the Two of Cups. So there's communication. But again, I don't know. I don't feel like there's resolution. All right. So we'll go over to here, which we have the Two of Swords on top of this Nine of Cups. So Nine of Cups is heart's fulfillment, your wishes, your desires. And with the Two of Swords there, it's like you are feeling very blocked, or you're just what I've already said, where you're not quite sure. I really love you, but I don't know if you're the one I want to be with. I don't know if we can keep going through this. I don't know if this is the relationship for me, you know, whatever it is for each and every one of you. And now on this Princess of Staves, we have the Devil with the Queen of Swords. So, or I'm sorry, the King of Swords. So this could be a Capricorn, or this could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. However, on the Princess of Staves, this is where I feel we're having some really heavy, hard conversations with somebody. All right, just like we are communicating up here. Well, here is more like depth to that conversation. And if it's like about problems and things that's happened, there's not a whole lot of emotion, like I'm sad, I miss you. Like, you're not interested in hearing that. It's more like we're discussing facts and what's our plan of action. Now, Aries, there is kind of this element, and I would feel this is more for you singles or kind of just people who are dating, where there's somebody coming in really hard and strong into your world. So I feel this is more if you're single, actually. And it's like they're not taking no for an answer. You're trying to work through your stuff here, your heartache, whatever happened, missing an ex, just whatever your story is. And somebody is just like, no, Aries, I want you to be mine. I want you to be mine. We're meant to be. We're meant to be. And I just don't get the sense that you're really feeling that, or you're vibing in that. And so, Aries, if there is somebody who is just constantly like doing things for you, favors, and they're guising themselves as a friend, they're not. They really want more, and you're not wrong in what you're feeling. And they might lay it on really thick to you this week. So just be prepared for that. And it's almost like you're going to have to burst their fantasy and be like, look, I don't know how much clearer I can make this to you, but I'm not interested. Or this might be where you've kind of had an inclination of this, and now they're just putting their cards out on the table, and you're like, no, I'm not interested. So for single Aries, I do see that really strong energy trying to come in, and you're just like, no, I'm trying to work through my stuff. I'm thinking about somebody else. I am not open and available to you. But Aries, man, they want you hardcore. So just keep that in mind. It might be better for you, see the sword here, to put some distance and not spend so much time with them as a friend or talking to them, because they want so much more than you do, and everything they do is motivated by that. Whereas over here, it's like, you're just my friend, you're a support system as I'm working through some really heavy energy. Like, you don't even have time or can even see that. So if they start laying it on you, you're just gonna have to put it out there without any sugar, so that they really, really understand that there is no chance, period. You're just not open or interested, all right? Those of you in committed relationships, this here could be where the conversation gets really heated if we're trying to work through things this week, okay? It's like there's a big desire to make things right over here, but again, over here, we're really hurt still. So it's like there could be very explosive arguments and conversations between you and your person this week, but it's more like trying to resolve or work through the issues. So if you find yourself in like a blowout with your partner, really try to pull back and recognize that there's just a lot of intensity, and you don't want to regret what you're saying, and you might be very motivated by some hurt emotions, things like that. So just keep that in mind if there are these really heated conversations that take place, all right? And now over here, we have the Eight of Cups on the Six of Cups. So this, Aries, is where I feel like you really are considering just walking away from somebody entirely. Even if they are on board, even if they are serious, you're just like, nope, I don't think I can do this. I mean, we have the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Cups right here. So, and that sits on the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups. Some of you, that's just the decision that you're coming to, because we have the Two of Wands over here. So, Aries, if you really decide that you can't work through this, you know, I would give it more than just this week to decide, because I feel like walking away, the answer is no. There's still more for you to understand. For some of you, the relationship can come back from whatever's happened here, or if this is like a long-term relationship, you guys can move through this low period, okay? Because with the Eight of Cups, with the Six of Cups, it could be where we're going to walk away from all this heavy energy and return back to the innocence that we once were. It's a choice with the Two of Wands sitting over here on the Divine Masculine, all right? It's a choice to be made. We have the Two of Swords right there. Choice to be made. So, Two of Wands up there. So you do have the Two of Wands twice in your reading. There's big time choice to be made, but it's like the action is on your behalf. So if you have to tell somebody you're not interested, you've got to do that, Aries. You can't sugarcoat. You can't hold back. If you are in a committed relationship and you and your partner aren't seeing eye to eye, or there's something crazy that's happened, or just whatever, Aries, you've got to come to a decision on how you want to try to start handling this. Even if you feel like in your heart it's over and you don't want to be with this person, fair enough. However, you need to work through these energies and have some real conversations. And with the Devil and King of Swords sitting on this Princess of Staves, I'm just not sure this week is the right week for that to happen. It's just the emotions are still too high. Somebody's being very prideful, arrogant, and egotistical over here. Okay, so think of how you could improve, maybe just how you can start feeling better, and hold off on decisions about what to do with your relationship this week, because next week you're going to be in a different energy. So with the No card here, I really feel like it's not the week to make decisions or anything. It's a week to focus on healing and trying to understand and asking Spirit to help guide you. Because with the Five of Cups, there is a lot of sadness here. There's a lot of Cups energy. I mean, 1, 2, 3, for 5 cups out of 9 cards. So there's a lot of emotional energy and a lot of fire energy here. So that's why I'm saying things could get really intense and there could be some heated arguments and blowouts. All right, Aries, let's, but I do want to say, they're very sorry, Aries. They are. Regardless of they're telling it to you or not, they're very sorry. And if you guys are hoping to reconcile with somebody or return to them or them return to you this week, again, I don't know that that's the best thing. I mean, with the 8 of Cups and the 6 of Cups, that somebody definitely could be returning from the past. But I don't know, Aries, I don't know that you're ready for it. Okay, so don't feel rushed if you're not ready. Okay, so let's pull you some advice. Okay, surrender to non-action. Yes, I love that this is your advice when I was like, look, no matter what, don't make the decision about relationships this week. Just work towards what's going to make you feel better right now, what's going to help you heal, because you can't make a decision emotional. So this is what it says. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. Very powerful, Aries. Yes. I feel like, I don't know, this is general reading, but what I see here is somebody really hurt you, and they just want things to go back to normal. They want you to forgive them. And Aries, I just don't see that you're in a place for that just yet. Even if somebody's trying to come back from your past, even if this isn't about them, you're too caught up on something else or somebody else. Okay, so let's pull one final card. Seek. The power of spirit exists in all things. Everything is made of energy, and every single thing in your physical world contains a fragment of spirit, including you. We are all one with spirit and always will be connected to one another. So, Aries, this is saying whether a person is speaking to you or not, disconnected to you or from you or not, you guys are still connected, and you need to let people come to you. And you know, even when they come to you, you don't need to give in easily right away. Truly, not until you are ready and you're fully healed, or you're ready to, you know, let all of this be a thing of the past and start fresh and brand new, because that's what needs to happen, a completely fresh brand new start with that Ace of Swords there. Okay, so Aries, those are your messages for this week. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.